friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we're sitting down and we're doing another project pan update. I believe this is my 5th one, if I am correct. I will have my playlist linked down below in case you want to check out my other ones. It's not going to be as impressive as my last project pan, I'm not going to lie. The last update I had like 5 empties. Definitely don't have that many this time, but that is okay. I'm just here to update you on my progress. Before we get started, if you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to hear an update on my project pan, then let's go ahead and get started. Butterscotch is in here with me, so if you hear background noise, that is why. I figure I'll keep the same sort of format that I normally do with my project pan updates, where I talk to you about all the ones that I finished first. He's trying to climb up on the table. What are you doing, silly boy? You're shaking my camera. That's what you're doing. Hello. What are you doing? Checking everything out? So I do have 2 empties. That's not very many. I know. But the first one is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. And this I had the shade 400 Pearl. This was my second whole bottle of this. I'd used up one in the past, and then it was just getting a little bit older, so I put it in my project pan to finish it. I did go ahead and finish it. The different marks, tally marks, have kind of came off at this point, but that was all of my progress. And then for the 3rd time I did go ahead and finish it. I try to pump it out and like nothing else comes out. I like this. I can't see myself repurchasing it though. It's a good foundation, especially for the drugstore, but I just have ones that I like more. And then my second empty was this lip liner from Becca. Becca is no longer a brand, and I only had a tiny bit of this left, so I went ahead and finished it up. It's in the shade Toasty. It was a really beautiful pink shade, but I'm telling you, I had like the tiniest little nub. It took me like 2 times to finish this up because I just didn't have very much left. Obviously, I cannot repurchase it because Becca's no longer a brand, but even if I could, I kind of don't think that I would. I liked it, like I did, but not enough, I don't think, to repurchase it. And then I do have an update on the Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray. I'm decluttering this. I did not finish it up, even though I rolled it in, I think, my last project pan. I just really do not like this setting spray. Whenever I would use it, it would make my makeup break up and be so oily by the end of the day, which is funny because it's a lasting fix setting spray and it's supposed to have a matte finish. On me, it definitely does not have a matte finish, and it just made my makeup oily and break up and just not look good at all. So as much as I would love to finish this, I just can't. I can't force myself to have my makeup wear badly throughout the day, especially by the end of the day, just for the sake of finishing this up. Also, it's very old. I want to say I got this in PR like 4 years ago at this point, so that's why it's not reacting or acting like it should. So I am going to declutter this and roll it out of my project pan and get rid of it because it's old and it's just not working like it should anymore. Then I'll give you an update on the item that I think is the only one in here from the original project pan that I started back in January, my Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift. I am still chugging along at this brow pencil, you guys. It's taking me forever to finish up, which I knew it would when I decided to put this in my project pan. Just these type of pencils take a long time to finish up in general, but especially for my brows, I don't have to fill them in too often. I will say I feel like I've gotten pretty good progress on this the last couple of months because it's getting older and it's drying out a little bit, so I have to kind of warm it up on my hand before I apply it to my brows. That's obviously making it go a little bit quicker, but I wouldn't say a ton quicker because I'm not like doing it a lot on my hand. I'm just doing it a little bit to warm it up. I'm gonna be popping up pictures of the products that I can't like tally mark on them how far I've gone. And I just have like a little tiny nub of this left. And I feel really good about that because I started off with like quite a bit of this pencil. Granted, that was all the way back in January and it has been like 10 months at this point of me using this very consistently, but I just have the littlest tiny nub, so I feel good about that. I feel like I will be able to finish this up soon, and actually it fell out earlier, so we'll see how long this actually lasts. But you know, I'm gonna keep chugging along at this until I finally finish it up because I'm gonna finish this dang brow pencil. You betcha I'm going to do it. And then next we have the NYX This Is Juice Gloss. I have Strawberry Flex in this. Yeah, Strawberry Flex. Okay, I don't have as much progress in this as I was kind of hoping, but in the past like 2 months or so, I haven't been doing my makeup like absolutely every single solitary day. I've been filming a little bit less. I've been missing some uploads. I'm so sorry about that. And then on my days I don't have to work, some of those days I just was really tired for being in my first trimester. And I just feel like I've been wearing makeup a little bit less the last 2-ish months than normal. And because of that, I haven't been using this as much as I normally would have. So this is my update right here. I'm trying not to like blind you so you can see it. So I have like quite a bit of this left. Again, kind of like the brow pencil, I knew this would take me a while to finish up because when I first put it in my project pan, I mean, it was all the way at the top. It was like a brand new product to me. It was kind of lofty of me to put a brand new product in a project pan, but I was just really, really vibing with it at the time. How I use this is I like to put it on in the beginning of doing my makeup, and it just gives me like some moisture to my lips, some gloss as I'm doing my makeup. So then by the end, I take it off, put my lip product on, and that's how I've been using it. Or if I'm just like hanging out around the house and I want a little something on my lips, I'll apply this as well. And just like the brow pencil, I'm gonna keep using it until I use it up. Then we have my Jouer Bronzer Duo. I'm pretty sure I put this in at my last project pan update, I want to say. I really, really like this bronzer duo. And if you can see, I have massive pan in both sides. Again, I'll pop up a picture of what it looked like the first time versus now. I feel good about this progress, and I use this very often. Like almost every single time I'm doing my makeup for work, I'll use this, or I like to put the NARS cream bronzer on and then top this on top. This is just a really good go-to bronzer. I enjoy using it, so I was okay putting it in my project pan. Sometimes you get sick of using products and you're like, oh, I just don't want to use this anymore. I don't really feel like that about this bronzer, which is nice. But just a tip for me to you, if you are trying to use up a product and you do feel like that, don't force yourself to use it. Like if I'm getting ready in the morning and I don't want to use this bronzer, I want to reach for another one, then I do. Like I don't force myself to use this just because it's in my project pan and I want to use it up. That's a good tip. If you are absolutely forcing yourself, which there are a couple products in this that I'm kind of forcing myself that I do kind of feel like that with, I'll like let you know what they are. Like that's how I was feeling about the Maybelline. And then I was like, I hate this. I'm decluttering it. You know what I mean? Like if you're forcing yourself to use makeup, you're not going to want to finish it up and it's going to be really hard for you. So just use it when you're vibing with it, when you want to use it. Try to pick products that you enjoy, that you kind of like want to use up. That's how I felt about this. It was a little bit older in my collection. I already had pan, I think in both of them when I decided to finish it up, and I love this bronzer. So like it was an easy decision for me. You know what I mean? Anyways, here's my progress on this. I feel good. This is the lighter one, this is the deeper one, but I just mix the two together. I feel like I'm gonna have trouble completely finishing it once I get to like the outer ring of both of them, but we will cross that bridge when it comes. Next up, we have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. And this I have the shade Fair 20 in. So this is a little bit too deep on its own. I like to mix it in with the KVD Good Apple Concealer. And that one I have the shade Fair 103, I believe. It's the lightest one it came in. Huge mistake in me purchasing that shade because it was way too light on me. So mixing the two together has been perfect. I tried my best to make a line for you guys. I think this is where it's at right now. I really don't know. Looking through this concealer bottle, it's really hard to kind of see where it's at, but I do store it upside down. And when I like look around and finagle and like hold it up to the light, I think that's where it's at. I'm not sure. If that is the case, I feel really good about that because that is a lot of progress. Again, it's one that I use very, very often. So I'm not really surprised that I have good progress on it, but it feels good. I do want to use this up though. I'm kind of ready to like move on to other concealers. It's also a nice way to use the KVD one up at the same time because that one is too light. I don't like to use it on its own and it's a little bit too drying. So again, the mixture is really, really nice. But yeah, I feel really good about the progress on this. So the two products I was kind of mentioning a few minutes ago about like trying to force myself to use them that I don't really like them very much and it's kind of been hard are the two powders I have in there right now. The first one is the Hailey's Beauty Retouch Soft Focus Setting Powder. I just really, really don't like this powder. This is another one that I have considered decluttering and just not using up, but I think I'm gonna force myself to use it, which some of you are probably screaming at me like, don't force yourself, it's fine. And the other half are like, yeah, force it, do it, finish it. So I feel like if I really, 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 really dislike something, I would declutter it, but I just feel bad. There's nothing wrong with this powder. I just don't like it on my skin. It's like more of a yellow powder. So because of that, it oxidizes and darkens my makeup whenever I apply it. And it's also very, very drying on me. Like this makes my face look like the Sahara Desert. Like truly, it looks so scaly and terrible. So I kind of use it for work, or how I've been using it, which is kind of silly, is you know how when you drag your foundation down your neck to make it match? I've been using this powder to set my neck. Yeah. To set the foundation on my neck and not use it on my face. I know that's excessive and kind of silly, but I really do want to finish this up. It's kind of hard to show you how much is in there, but when I like finagle it down and like try to, get it all the way, it's like halfway. Like I still have quite a bit of powder in here. which is a bummer. And then the other powder is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. I have the shade One Fair in this. So many people love this powder, but I just cannot get it to work for me, unfortunately. I do have a massive pan in it, so you guys are probably like, what do you mean you don't like it? There's a massive pan. It's because I have forced myself to use this powder for like years at this point. I've owned this for probably like 3 years, maybe 4. And I'm gonna try, you guys. I'm gonna try to finish it up, but it is just so hard. Kind of like the Haley's Beauty, this oxidizes my foundation so bad. Whenever I use this, you can see a visible line. Like I used this a couple weeks ago at this point with my Beauty Blender Power Pocket Puff guy, and I like swirled it in there, and then I went like this to kind of chisel out my bronzer and kind of like give me a little bit more definition. And I am not kidding you, you could see how dark it was just all right here because this oxidizes it so bad. So I don't really know how I'm gonna finish this up. I don't really know, but I'm gonna try my best. And I do have a massive pan in it. I might call it soon just because I did use a lot of it up. Like I feel proud for how much I dislike this powder. And I've disliked it like the whole time I've owned it, like the whole time. So I don't know, we'll see what the future holds with me in this powder, but this is my progress as of today. So those are the products that I had already introduced to you guys kind of knew about. I did want to roll in a few products as well. So to replace the Maybelline Lasting Fix Setting Spray, because I knew I was decluttering it, I rolled in my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. So it's a little bit hard to measure this one because when it's not shaken up and you're not using it, it separates. And you're probably looking at it right now like, Emily, that's not where the mark is. But how I marked both of these was when it was just sitting there for a little bit and it was separated. I marked it at the bottom of the blue because it has like white and then blue, and then you mix it and shake it up and it turns like this color. So I don't like this setting spray at all. I don't like it at all, which is funny because I feel like it gets a lot of hype and a lot of people really do enjoy it. It is just really, really oily and greasy on me. And if I'm not careful, it messes up my eye makeup. For instance, today, and this is the second time that this has happened on camera, it happened in the Get Ready With Me, I feel like. I don't know which one now, but a couple weeks ago. If you can see right here, my like makeup and my crease is like coming off. Not really on this side, but it really happened on this side. This just like jets out at your face. So when that happens, if a dot of it gets on my eye makeup like it did here, it completely messes it up because this is like oily and it just, there's like no way to fix it. I have taken my brush and added more eyeshadow right there. I want to say like 4 times at this point, and it just keeps separating and keeps coming off, and I'm just gonna have to live with it the rest of the day. It's annoying. I don't know why it does that. I'm assuming because this is such an oily formulation, like I said. So yeah, I don't love this, but I feel like the foundations I'm rolling in this are a good combination because the foundations are more matte and this is more like hydrating, but it's almost gone. It's almost gone. You can do it, Emily. You can do it. And then those foundations I just mentioned are the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundations. I have 2 shades of this and I honestly want to use both of them up. This one is in LP4 and this one is in LN2. I have a mixture of them on my face today, which is how I plan to use them up. This one's too dark. This one I probably could use on its own, but I have to mix them to finish this one up. These are just really old. I've had them for probably 3 or 4 years at this point. I love this foundation. It is a beautiful full coverage matte foundation, wears nicely on my skin. Like I think it's a really nice formulation, but they're just older and I don't want them to go bad before I'm able to finish them. So this one I'm scraping. It has a doe foot. It has too little in it for me to pump it out. So it has a doe foot that I have to like scrape, put on my face. That sounds weird to scrape it on my face, but I guess that's what I'm doing. And then this one isn't low enough yet. I can still pump it out, but like I said, I like these. I don't really want to use them up, but I don't want them to go bad. And I feel like if I don't, in the next couple months, they will. So don't want that to happen and waste my money. And last but not least, this was a last minute addition that I added today, just for funsies. And it is the Sugar Rush Lip Sip Vegan Lip Oil. I believe this is what it's called. It's in the shade Fresh Pressed. I went ahead and marked it right here, so I'm about halfway done. I have this on my lips today over the Pat McGrath lip liner in the shade Divine Rose, because I decided to add this last minute because when I was using it today, I just feel like it is a little off, or it's on the verge of going off. Like, I don't remember it being this color. Maybe it always was. And then also the scent, it used to smell like Push Pops, and it still does. It still does smell like Push Pops. But I don't know, just something about it. I was using it today and I was like, you seem like you might be going bad in the near future. So I want to, again, use it up before it does go bad. And it's a really beautiful gloss. It makes my lips look plump and juicy, and this will get rid of every single solitary line on your lip. If you have lined lips, this will be your best friend. So yeah, I like this lip gloss. I don't want it to go bad before I'm able to use it up. So I wanted to roll this one in as well. And that was it, you guys. That was my Project Pan update number 5, I believe. I probably should have double checked that before I filmed this, but I'm like 99.9% sure it's number 5. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and have my playlist linked down below in case you want to know other products that I had in here previously. If you're like a Project Panner lover, I have other videos in this series as well. So let me know down below. Are there any makeup products that you're finishing up right now that you are just trying to chug along and finish like me? It'd be nice to have someone to relate to on this. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.